I honor you and the work that you all are doing, and my good friend Reverend Longtire and Reverend Spearman, who in this community have really led the way to tell 14 and 15-year-old kids that you are not sinners, that you are whole, that you are a wonderful part of our community, and your public position against the horribly bigoted, anti-gay, anti-Christian Amendment 1 is real important leadership in our state and in our community, and I thank you so much on behalf of all those people that aren't here and able to speak with you today. Wow. I missed being with a big customer this morning. I was out at the factory. It's my love, but I put them in good hands because I wouldn't miss being here for anything. So thank you.
And you know what's so important? You know what's so important about this is when you look at this amendment, what's so sad about it is when you look at, first of all, who's behind it.
Yes.
Who's behind it?
When you look at the National Organization of Marriage, who, when secret documents came out 2 weeks ago, they said it's not so much about marriage. They wanted to drive a wedge between the LGBT community and the black community for their own political and cynical political purposes. When you look at who's behind it, the same legislators that cut $1.6 billion from public education, who cut $1.2 billion from Medicaid, who cut $700,000 from $1 million from public universities and forced the UNC Board of Governors to have to increase tuition, who cut indigent services, who cut so much money from preschool education for poor children that a Republican judge has ruled that they are in violation of our own Constitution. The same people who passed the most regressive redistricting voting plan we have seen since the 19th century. When you see them trying to push voter ID, when you see in the midst of 1.6 million people in poverty and double-digit unemployment, they would choose, and they are asking us as citizens to tell unemployed people the best way to get a job is to codify discrimination in the Constitution. The best way to change this state for your children's education is to write discrimination and hate. The best way to build our nation up is to follow the Family Research Council that is listed as a hate group by the Southern Law and Poverty Center. I rebuke that lie. I rebuke that lie. Even as a Christian, I don't have any godly authority to hate people.
That's right.
And when this sun came up this morning, God gave everybody, virtue of their humanity, the constitutional right to enjoy this sun. And how dare me in a written document that's less than the eternal God try to write division and hate in the very documents that guide who we are as a society. It's unholy, it's wrong, it's ugly, it's mean, and we as black people should know it best because we know what happened when they tried it the first time. When you wrote discrimination in the Constitution the first time, it cost this nation 250 years of slavery, thousands of people, black and white, killed on battlefields, and another 100 years of Jim Crow. We don't need to go down that line again, but we need to connect the dots. We, Gene, and all of us are saying, we rebuke the lie, the myth that we can't feed our hungry. We challenge the myth that we can't have employment. We challenge the myth that when people say everybody can't have health care, and we challenge the myth of those that say we are better divided than we are together, regardless of our race, our sexual orientation, or our gender. So brother, we in this together.
All right.